So, you'll let me go then?
I'm really sorry, but I can't let you down.
What? Why not?
If it gets out that Metellus has broken the Dwarves Law, we're all going to die.
So you're just gonna leave me here?
Listen, I've seen what happens. It's just not to my liking. I'll have to look for another way to save you.
What? No, that's not. Please don't leave me here. Please. I'll do anything. Please don't leave me.
I have to, I'm sorry. What a night. Alright. I think we should get some shut-eye and then let's go talk to Brawl in the morning. A lot of the time he's at the market, so let's see if he's over there. Of course he's still walking around here paranoid as shit. Yep, here he is.
Hello, neighbor. Made any exciting new discoveries?
I found a way into the palace.
Brilliant. What did you find in there?
I was overrun by undead, resurrected by Narnabis. He's dead now.
How terrible. But not unexpected. Narnabis was a reckless fellow. But did you discover something about the Dwarves Law? Some relic or text?
I found this speech about the Dwarves Law, surrounded by burnt corpses.
Let me see it. That is disturbing. This Dorotus fellow set out to disprove the existence of the Dwarves Law, and instead triggered some kind of mass execution. So the Dwarves Law is real, and can be triggered simply by striking another person. I take no pleasure in being vindicated in relation to this. But there's something else that troubles me. If the Dwarves Law is still being enforced, does that not suggest the existence of some kind of judge? And this judge, who watches over us, must be somewhere inside the city. I need you to find whoever, or whatever it is. And when you do, well, I'm not going to say it out loud, but do whatever you need to do, for yourself. And for us all.
Will do.
Farewell. Come back if you think of any questions.
Okay, so look at all these things we can do. Alright, so we can free Maisie. We did that last episode. If you have not watched that, go back and watch that to see what happens. Accuse Metellus of being the threat, which I don't think that would really lead anywhere. He could very well be the threat. But I think it's more about getting to the actual judge. I think that's the more... As awful as it is that crimes are being committed, I think it's even more awful that people don't really have the freedom to commit the crimes. So we do have to return his ring as well. And we have to get more of the dwarven armor. And we can also inform Ulrin of Maisie's whereabouts, which we can see how that goes as well. Hey, buddy.
Welcome to Firefly Finery.
I found your missing ring.
Yes? Have you found it?
That's what I just said. I found it.
That's it. Oh, thank you. I know it's only a ring, but it feels like I've got part of my son back. It's a good feeling.
I understand. You're welcome.
Now, I know I promised you a reward, so here's a little something for your troubles. Thanks again. See you again soon, I hope.
You know, Rikus wrote that letter. I want to know if,
What do you want?
I want to know if we can talk to him about that. No. Okay.
Bye.
Nothing we can say to him about that. I think the whole point of this mod is more just not really who's going to commit the crime, but how to stop the one that punishes the actual crime. Let's see if he's in his house. Man, Metellus is keeping Maisie prisoner in his locked room.
What? You're serious, aren't you? That's it. I'm going to have a little chat with...
Where the hell did he go? Oh, he's running. He's running. Hey. Quit. Quit. Ah, shit. Where the hell did he go? Oh, shit. Okay, I hear growling.
What in oblivion is this?
Okay, so I'm assuming he did the same thing his wife did. So let's just go back to before we tell him that. So one of the things that we have to do is get the armor to go down there. Because that's one of the only places, I think really the only place that we haven't gone to. So, what's this store? I don't think I've been in here before. Oh, have I spoke with you?
What can I do for you, my friend?
Why is somebody writing you threatening notes?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. It's not as if I'm a vampire or a necromancer or anything. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
You like men?
Nothing gets by you, does it? Sorry, that was mean of me. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in Windhelm like I did, you expect a bit of hostility. I saw enough friends attacked and driven away by angry Nords to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for... what was it? 20 years? Living in the barracks with a dozen other guardsmen, watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. And that's when I came clean. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground on the opposite corner of Skyrim, my openness didn't go well among the Nords of Windhelm. But at least down here, I get to be who I am. Or, at least, I thought that was the case. Perhaps I was wrong.
Do you know who's writing these notes?
No, I don't. I keep my personal affairs to myself, and I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. It wouldn't usually bother me. I have a thick skin, and I can handle myself in a fight better than most. But if these threats keep getting worse, eventually my secret admirer is going to get violent and break the Dwarves' laws.
Well, the person that's writing those is, it's Rikus.
Rikus? The big, crazy Nord who walks around with his weapon drawn? Of all the people it could have been, he's the most terrifying.
I haven't spoken with him yet.
Oh, alright. Well, we'll see what you can do. I think it would only inflame things if I speak of him myself.
Do you know a way out of here?
You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I'll tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the Dwarves Law. But once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyways.
What can you tell me about the Dwarves Law?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. And that's about all I know. You should go and talk to Brohl in his chambers if you want to know more.
I've been there, done that. What is this?
What about him?
Okay.
Come back soon!
Whoa, what is this? Vernon, you are an abomination. Remember the Dwarves' Law? The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. You may have hidden your sins from the dwarves so far, but they're the least of your worries. Your neighbor. We really need that armor. We really need that armor. Hey, buddy.
What do you want?
So, you're the one writing threatening notes to Vernon.
Yeah? So what? What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna cast a spell to make you Vernon's pleasure thrall.
You're crazy, you know that? Alright, point taken. I mean, not point taken as in, you know, I'm not like that. I'll leave him alone. But you stay away from me too, got it?
Let's go tell him that he has nothing to worry about now. Don't worry, he won't be bothering you anymore.
Why? What did you do?
I threatened to make him your I threatened to make him your pleasure thrall. He was terrified.
My friend, that's hilarious. I wish I could have been there to see his face. Thank you so much for helping me out like that.
You're welcome.
Hey, I have something I'd like to give to you. It's not much, considering what you've done for me, but I hope you like it. It's a ring I've been carrying around forever. I think it might have some magical properties. Maybe you can get some use out of it.
I'll be going now. Actually, what do you have for sale?
Foods, potions, all sorts of things.
Yeah, you got all sorts of things. Why is there two different... Oh, never mind. It's like, why is there two different cabbages? I'll be going now.
Well, come on back anytime you like.
I will. Damn, you got cabbages all over the place. Alright, so... Like I said... We need that armor. We have the boots, the gauntlets, and I'm pretty sure the helmet is actually in the cave itself. The vibes just instantly switched when I came down here. There's a corpse and the helmet. Nothing. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. So that's as far as we can go. Is right there. So we just need the chest plate. And we could kill Rikus. We could do that. But I can't remember. It's been years since I played this, and I don't know if I've ever got the chest plate before. Like without killing him. Alright, so I just looked it up, and to get the chest piece, We either have to pickpocket it off of him, which will break the Dwarves Law, or kill him, which breaks the Dwarves Law. So let's kill him. Think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill him. 'Cause I don't like him. He's an asshole. And so let's find him. Here he is.
What? You stupid fool! Look what you've done! I hope it was worth
Oh, it is. It very much will be.
it.
So he didn't have the boots or the gauntlets. Okay, so that makes more sense now. Shit.
Everybody run! Into your home!
Gotta wait for the Jarl. Here he comes. Damn. They're just murdering everybody. Just writing that letter.
You must stop this from happening.
All right. Let's go back.
My letter.
Oh, my letter. Oh yeah, we need the letter. Started, forget me not.
You there. Where did you come from?
You know, we've had this conversation before.
What are you talking about? I've never met you.
Yes, you have. You're gonna offer to escort me to see Jarl Metellus.
You're right. I was. How could you have possibly known that?
I'm a time traveler now. If you'll excuse me.
Is that some kind of sorcerer? Well, I don't want any trouble. Let me get out of your way. Let's forget this happened, shall we?
Alright, so we can talk to the Jarl and get his objective again.
There's a face I don't recognize. Welcome to my city. I'm Jarl Metellus. Tell me, what is your name?
I'm Zavarus. We've had this discussion before.
It's always exciting to meet a new member of our small community. Now, before I forget, since you're here for good, you'll need some quarters. Here's a key to the last vacant chambers down in the city, between Brawl and Lukey. It's all yours. Now tell me, what brings you to my city?
Actually, you sent me here from the future to save this city. 2 different times.
I sent you here. I'm not sure what you mean.
It's all in the note.
Well, let's see. This is my handwriting. The victims of an unspeakable atrocity. I will open a portal that will take you into the past. You must go back. This is real, isn't it? I've even toyed with the idea of creating a portal between 2 points in time, with Brawl's help. But that's odd. My letter makes no mention of what caused the disaster. I suppose I was in a hurry. So tell me, what's going to happen to us?
It was triggered by breaking the Dwarves Law. So it's real.
So the Dwarves Law is real, after all, just as we always suspected. But you know who broke it? Who was the culprit?
I was.
You? But why? What did you do?
I just wanted to see what would happen.
You just Gods, what is wrong with you? Well, it seems you've been given a second chance. I trust you won't make the same mistake again. Now, assuming you can control yourself this time, I need you to do a favor for me.
Yeah, I know. Alright. Look at us. Look at us. All swagged out. Hey, buddy.
Wait, are you wearing... Strange. You're wearing the same armor as me. I mean, it's exactly the same.
Except I have the gauntlets, the boots, and the helmet.
What do you want? Bye.
Alright. We can go in the tunnel now because we have the full set. And yeah, I think the person that was going to trigger the Dwarves Law all along was me. Wow. Alright, let's do this. See if it burns me this time. Shouldn't. It very well shouldn't. Oh, I hate these things. I will say this. If I remember correctly, we're coming up on the end. There is a lot of other things that I could probably do just going back through like the second time and asking people questions and stuff like that. And we could very well do that, but that would be a lot more conversations, and a lot of them are going to be really recycled. So if you want to know what those are, you can always play it yourself. I believe this mod is available on Xbox and just about everywhere. I mean, in fact, this mod was so critically acclaimed, it actually has its own game now on the Nexus, just called The Forgotten City. It's more Roman inspired, and I kind of want to check that out after playing this. These dang wisps. I just hate them because their hitbox is so small. And with the precision mod I have, it's just even more annoying. Huh. Hey look, that's where we looked down from earlier. There should be a corpse up here. Yep. Nothing significant on the corpse, though. What the fuck?
And here you are. I've been waiting for you, Dovahkiin.
Do you know who I am?
Of course. To me, your memories are an open tome. To begin with, I know you have taken a life in cold blood.
Lucky guess.
And I know you have looted the corpses of those you have slain.
Is that all?
I know you have harvested the souls of the Dova, hoarding them, twisting them into an unnatural weapon against your enemies.
All right, you got me.
I also know you have come from the future. And why is that? Is your desire for power so great that you would break even the laws of time for it? It makes no difference. You will not take it from me. You would not be so foolish as to break my law.
You mean the Dwarves Law?
I mean my law. I made it because your kind would be incapable of order, of peace, without it.
So that would make you...
That makes me the Arbiter. I am also the founder. I discovered this site millennia ago, and the deposit of Ethereum beneath us. I laid the foundations, and I watched my children grow and learn and use the Ethereum to create marvels, technological wonders. But they grew quarrelsome and used their knowledge to create weapons to use against their own kind, and worse, their own father. So I confiscated their weapons and declared my law that each and every one of my children would live in perfect order, or they would not live at all. And here I am, millennia later, still waiting for children worthy of this city. And for my patience, it seems my reward is a visit from you, Dovahkiin. Well, why have you traveled through time to come here? What is it you seek?
Actually, I have some questions for you.
If only you could read my memories as I read yours. Very well. Ask your questions.
So, you're the one killing all these people. Is that right?
You flock here, your kind, like moths to a flame, driven by greed and the lust for power. You are warned about my law, and when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing death upon yourselves. So you ask if I am the one killing your kind, and I say no, you kill yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
How long have you been down here?
2,000 years in your terms. But time is different down here. I count time in waves, generations, civilizations. You and your kind up above are number 322.
Holy shit. How have you survived all this time?
You wish to be ageless, like me. In truth, time passes differently in here. It would take an eternity just to explain it to you.
What happened to the rest of the Dwemer people?
It is not my place to reveal that secret to you, Dovahkiin. But when they moved on from this world, I was left behind. You see, the energy that has sustained me all this time, it anchored me here. I could not leave this place if I wanted to.
That's all the questions I had.
So I see. Now, state your purpose here.
Huh. I guess we could say that. Metellus' crimes have escaped your sight.
Speak plainly. What crimes has this self-proclaimed Jarl committed?
Metellus is keeping a woman prisoner in the Citadel, where you can't see it.
I see you believe what you are saying. It seems my misgivings about your kind were justified. He and his subjects must all be purged. Now, while I commend your honesty, I am afraid you too must be punished, for my law must be upheld. Goodbye, Dovahkiin.
Oh, you trying to kill me? Come here, boy.
No! Insolence! 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 Impossible!
Huh. The Arbiter's helmet. Yeah, I'll take that. Travel back in time and show the Arbiter's helmet to him as proof of your deeds. Oh, okay. What's up here? I thought maybe it was like a switch to stop the killings. But I guess not.
This can't be happening.
All right, big fella. Get out of your way. Let's go again. All right, so I say before we go back down there and do what we got to do, we should go around and just have the second conversations like, oh, I know this happened, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And one of the things I want to do is talk to Brandis. Okay, so he didn't really have anything else to add. Thought maybe he would have, but he did not. That's okay. I do remember that Gaia wanted to at least look at the immaculate dwarven armor. So let's let her look at it before we go down there again. Okay, I've got it right here. I'm wearing it. Are you blind?
So you do. That's incredible. I'm really very impressed at your aptitude. Now let me see.
What can you tell me about it?
Well, it confirmed my suspicion that this armor will help you withstand the harmful energy down in the tunnels. But I'm afraid it won't be enough. You'll need a full set of it. Helm, gauntlets, and boots. If you're going to get down there and really explore. I'm afraid I don't even know where to begin looking. But perhaps Bro will know more about the whereabouts of the other pieces.
Alright.
Ah, newcomer. You should head on up to the Citadel.
I don't want to talk to that bum-ass Jarl. Let's kill me an Arbiter again.
And here you are. I've been waiting for you, Dovahkiin.
You know who I am?
Of course. To me, your memories are an open tome. To begin with, I know you have taken a life in cold blood.
Yeah, we get it.
And what's this? I see there is a helmet in your possession. Does not belong to you. It's
your helmet. I'm gonna take it from you. After I kill you.
You kill me? That is not possible. And yet, I see you speak the truth. You have come unstuck from your own time. Your presence here is unnatural. Well then, Dovahkiin, why have you returned with this grim trophy? Have you come simply to gloat of your foul deed?
I want you to put a stop to the Dwarves Law. To the Dwarves Law once and for all.
Do you comprehend what you are asking me to do? You are asking me to abandon millennia of work The very thought of it grieves me. And yet, you have left me with no choice, have you? If I agree, I will destroy my life's work. But if I refuse, you will destroy me. Well played, Dovahkiin. You will have your wish.
So you'll stop all this? Really?
I will stop. From this point forward, your kind will be free to live how they choose, in whatever chaos and squalor they create for themselves. I will destroy this Ethereum to ensure your kind can never exploit it, and you may all return to the world of man, should you wish. But I warn you, Dovahkiin, making these changes will create a paradox in time. The events that brought you here will never have taken place. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering with the past. Now, are you ready?
I'm ready to get out of here.
Goodbye, Dovahkiin.
That's what the Immaculate Armor's supposed to look like. It's not supposed to look like this. No. Downloaded a mod for it. Altris?
Hey! You startled me there. Wait. I know you.
You do?
You're... No, that can't be right. For a moment there I thought you were... You know, the one the statue was meant to honor.
Sorry, I'm yawning. You're Altris. Your sister asked me to find you.
Cassia! Oh, I completely forgot. I asked her to wait for me at the top of the lift, and... I guess I got so tied up in this place that I lost track of time.
I'd better head back up and let her know I'm alright. Hey, do you want to come with me? We can chat along the way.
Alright. Lead the way.
Great. Follow me. Let's run back up, shall we? Don't want to keep my sister waiting any longer. So, you're probably wondering what I've been doing down here. I guess it's been, what, a few days? I'll be honest. I came down here looking for a haul I could unload on the next merchant I met. I just wasn't expecting to find a thriving city, and the history of this place is amazing. Did you know that up until about 7 years ago, they had what they called the Dwarves Law? Apparently there were inscriptions warning that if one person committed a crime, everyone else would pay for it. But they were all trapped in the city with no way out, so they lived in fear that someone would break the law and get them all killed. Then, one day, a strange man appeared in the city out of nowhere. They say he just walked out of the lake house, like he owned the place.
Yeah.
And he wore this spectacular dwarven armor. A lot like the armor you're wearing now, actually. And a few people saw him walk into this quarry, into a field of deadly radiation, like it was nothing, like it hadn't killed people before him. And then, the ground started shaking, and golden statues were collapsing, and inscriptions were crumbling all over the city, all at the same time.
And the sun under the ground, which used to light up the entire cavern, bursts into flame and explodes.
And strangest of all, the cavern roof opens up like the petals of a flower, and there's real sunlight for the first time in thousands of years.
That's awesome.
So of course, people start wondering, did he just walk down here and single-handedly dismantle whatever was keeping the Dwarves Law going? Who was he? Was he still alive? So Bro, the local scholar, goes down into the quarry to take a look. But now the whole place is empty. But all the way at the bottom, Sitting alone in the darkness is a statue of the stranger. Oddest tale I ever heard.
Yeah. It's pretty odd, isn't it? Whoa, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Ah, I feel so much more homey now. Like I would actually want to live here. That's cool.
Hey, I remember you. You're back. After all this time.
How have you been since the Dwarves Law was lifted?
Can't complain, my friend. You know, not long after they executed Metellus, turns out he was behind Macy's disappearance. They made me Jarl. It was a bit of a shock, to be honest. But I guess they wanted someone who wasn't at all like Metellus. Jarl Galvar. Still sounds strange to me. And I guess I have you to thank for it. If you hadn't freed us from the Dwarves' laws, Ulrin could never have overthrown Metellus. So, thanks. I imagine you'll be moving on soon, but you'll always be welcome here. We even kept your chambers exactly as you left them.
Okay, so real quick, guys, I'm gonna sprint back and I'm gonna talk to those other guys in the, like down there. I'll cut it up nicely for you guys. All right, here's one of the bitch Imperials.
You're the one from the statue.
How have you been since the Dwarves Law was lifted?
I've been well, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, I went back to Solitude to rejoin the Imperial Legion not long after the city opened up. Believe it or not, I completed 3 tours of duty, but then I took an arrow to the... well, to cut a long story short, they made me retire. So I came back here. Best city in all of Skyrim, if you ask me, now that bloody Dwarves Law is gone. You deserve a medal for what you did. But this'll have to do. Here, take this. A small token of my appreciation. You'll always be welcome here.
Oh, a schematic of the Dwarven armor. That's cool. I know some of the assholes was down here working. Like the ones that were dickheads 7 years ago or so. Yep.
Hey, I recognize you. You're the one who ruined this place 7 years ago. I work in a bloody quarry now, thanks to you. What is it?
How have you been?
Came here to gloat, did you? Well, go on. Look at me. Working the mines like a peasant. And did you hear Saphira left me at the first chance she got? Is that what you wanted to hear? Are you happy now? Get lost. You sicken me.
Well, you shouldn't have been such a dick. Maybe if you were nicer back then, you wouldn't be working in the mines for the rest of your life. I think there was one more guy back here. Yep, Hjorman.
Yeah, is there something you want?
How have you been?
So, you heard about that, did you? Well, I went back to Markarth for a bit, but there's no there for me. So I wound up back here. Still getting used to the new Jarl, but Gulver's an alright sort. Got everybody working now, which is fair. At least I get a good night's sleep.
Okay. So, he's not as bitter. And we're back. Okay. I'm gonna talk to everybody we can along the way.
That's some beautiful armor you've got there.
How have you been since the Dwarves Law was lifted?
Well, let's see. That was 7 years ago? A lot has changed since then. For the better. I'm married to Gulvar now. Sorry, that's Jarl Gulvar. He still talks about you. And how he saw you come out of the old Jarl's lake house. You gave him a real fright, though he wouldn't have showed it. I know he'd be happy to see you again. You should go and say hello, if you haven't already.
Not a child. How have you been?
Wonderful, actually. Gaia and I are still researching this place, of course. But now we get to share our research with the outside world. But I must ask, what happened down there, under the city? What did you do?
I met a Dwemer called the Arbiter and convinced him to lift the Dwarves Law.
You convinced him, you say? Well, if it is as you say, you must be terrifyingly persuasive. I only wish I could have been there to see it. I can see that you have somewhere else to be. But perhaps one day when you have the time, you'll let me record your story in my journal for posterity.
Dooley.
Oh, hello. Do you like my fancy new clothes?
Yes. How have you been?
You mean, after the sky opened up, and the old Jarl died, and we got a new Jarl. Jarl Gulva is nice. He gave me a house and these new clothes.
I'm happy for you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, it's you. I didn't think we'd ever see you again. What can I do for you, my friend?
How have you been?
Oh, so much better. And thank you for whatever you did down there under the city. You know what? I don't even want to know. Everyone's a bit more relaxed, including poor old Rikus. He and I are... well, we're seeing each other. Turns out, he's a beautiful man once you get to know him. You know, well, it's great to see you again. I know you'll be off on your next adventure soon. Still, you'll always be welcome here, my friend. Come back soon!
Wait, aren't you? Yes, it is you! You came back! After all this time! Oh, hello there!
How have you been?
Great. Braun and I are still working together toward a better understanding of the dwarves. But personally, I think the greatest mystery in this place is you. I mean, you showed up 7 years ago out of the lake house and charged down into the tunnels like a knight in shining armor. Then, the city transforms around us, and you're just... gone. So I have to ask, where have you been all this time?
I traveled forward in time by 7 years. It's kind of a long story.
You're a time traveler? Incredible! I suppose that explains your sudden appearance as well. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I have to write all this down. Now, where did I leave my research note?
What can I do for you, my friend?
Oh, I want to talk to Rikus.
What do you want?
How have you been?
Better. Now that I know I'm not being watched anymore. Still, someone has to protect this place, and that someone is me. So you might have taken down some old dwarves or whatever. But if you start any trouble here, you're going to find yourself toe-to-toe with me.
Well, I have killed you once already.
Have we met?
Yes.
Hi there.
A long time ago. How have you been?
Better, thank you. You know, all that time I was looking after Brandis, I remember him telling me about the ancient evil under the earth. I really thought he was mad, but I guess he was right after all. Well, I'm glad you were able to finish what he started, whatever you did down there. So, on behalf of Brandis and Leandris, thank you. I like to think their souls are at rest now.
Moving on up. What the hell?
Godlike Whitemane is in a better place now. Or is there any place better than Sovngarde?
Hey, I know who you are. It's wonderful to see you again. Hey, is that armor what I think it is?
How have you been?
Oh, you wouldn't believe what a difference it's made. Habik and I finally felt safe enough to have another son. His name's Malik and he's 6. He's just discovered his love for running. And fortunately, running isn't something Habik and I have to do anymore. We're safe here. I have no idea what you did to bring an end to the Dwarves Law, but whatever it was, thank you so much. We'll never forget you.
Hey there.
How have you been since your father's head was chopped off?
I've been great. I mean, my father was overthrown not long after that, when Ulrin discovered he was keeping Macy chained up in his locked room. Ulrin dragged him down to the city and executed him in front of everyone. Horrible business. But now, I'm free to wander Skyrim as I please. Of course, I don't, because it's just awful out there. Nords everywhere. I prefer it down here.
You know I'm a Nord, right? Oh, that's really nice that I can, there's a lot. I guarantee that there's still, I kind of want to go to the end, but this video is probably dragging on, so let's just wrap it up. Oh, it's a lift now.
Altreus, there you are. Thank the gods you're all right. What kept you so long?
I know. Sorry, Cass. I lost track of time again. It's just that this city is so amazing. You have to come down with me and see it for yourself. I promise. It's perfectly safe.
Well, all right. But first, let me thank our friend. Thank you so much for bringing him back in one piece. I really thought I'd lost him. I can't thank you enough.
You're welcome. For the second time.
Now, I promised you a reward. This is something I always carry with me, and it's become very dear to me. I'd like you to have it. Thanks again. My brother and I are in your debt.
The Forgotten City, if you haven't noticed by now, is a mod that definitely deserves every single award that it got. The story, from the jump, just captivates you immediately. It truly feels like it belongs a part of the base game. I think those are the best kind of quest mods. The ones that make you believe that it's just part of the actual Elder Scrolls lore. If I had to compare this quest mod to anything that came out recently, I believe Sirenru comes close. The multiple endings and the complex characters in this mod are just on a different level than anything that we've seen from the base game of Skyrim. Hopefully Bethesda took some notes back when this mod was getting all that attention years ago. Not saying that Skyrim's base game is not amazing, but it hasn't aged the best. I am a sucker for mysteries and stories that make you think, and out of all the mods I've covered on this channel, Forgotten City still holds up to this day compared to the rest. I did run into some minor bugs, but those bugs had more to do with Skyrim's engine than the actual mod. Overall, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Next, I will be covering whatever wins the poll on my community tab. Right now, as of editing, Warden of the Coast is in the lead to my surprise, so I will be prepping for a playthrough of that, unless something else takes the lead. I will give it until this uploads to make my decision so I can get to work, but until then, may your ambitions lead you to your wildest dreams. Till next time, guys.